सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। हरिः ओं श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओं. We have completed the portion called Jneyam. Arjuna asked 6 different things: Prakriti Purusha, Jnanam Jneyam, Kshetram Kshetrajna. So out of the 6 topics, Paramatma completed 4. Kshetram and Kshetrajna, Jnanam and Jneyam. Now 2 things are left, which are Purusha and Prakriti. So this is covered from sloka number 20 up to 24. So we will try to cover up to 22nd sloka today. First I will chant the slokas. Prakritim Purusham Chaiva Vidyanadi Ubhavapi Vikaram Sagunam Chaiva Vidhi Prakriti Sambhavan Karya Karana Kartrutve Hetu Prakriti Ruchyate Purushas Sukha Dukkhanam Bhoktrutve Hetu Ruchyate Purusha Prakritisto hi Bhumte Prakritijan Gunan Karanam Gunasangosya Sadasadyo Nijanmasu. So we are in sloka number 20 and we have to see what is Prakriti and what is Purusha. These 2 topics are very closely connected. For all practical purposes, we can understand Purusha as Brahma and Prakriti as Maya. These words Prakriti and Purusha is used mostly in Sankhya Darshana. In Vedanta, we call them as Brahma and Maya. So, Paramatma begins the discussion here saying Prakritim Purusham Chayeva Vidhi Anadi Ubhavapi. Arjuna, may you understand Purusha and Prakriti as 2 basic principles which are beginningless principles. Anadi means without beginning, without starting. It is in dual number, which means Purusha is also Anadi, Prakriti is also Anadi. And this Purusha and Prakriti mixture alone we call Ishvara. Prakriti plus Purusha is Ishvara. Similarly, Brahma plus Maya is Ishvara. Both are same. Krishna Paramatma wants to point out that this Ishvara alone existed even before the Srishti, even before the origination of Srishti. Sadeva Saumya Idamagre Asit. So that was the statement in Chandogya. Srishtehe Purvam. Before the Srishti took place, Ishvara was there. So, Ishvara consists of 2 components, Purusha and Prakriti. The same idea we discussed in chapter 7 with different names, if you recall. There we used Para Prakriti and Apara Prakriti. Same topic. Para Prakriti is nothing but Purusha. Apara Prakriti is nothing but Prakriti. Para Prakriti is Brahma. Apara Prakriti is Maya. Now from this verse, we come to know Purusha and Prakriti have got one common feature. What is that one common feature? Both are beginningless. Anaditvam is one common feature. And there is another common feature both of them together enjoy, that is, they are the cause of the universe. Together they are the cause of the universe. Therefore, Purusha is the cause of the universe and Prakriti is also cause of the universe. Together alone, they enjoy the causal status, Karanatvam. Exactly like father and mother are the cause for the child. Father himself cannot be the cause of the child. Similarly, mother alone cannot be the cause of the child. And together alone, they will be the cause of the child. Jagatah Pitarau Vande Parvati Parameshwarau. Thus, they have got two common features. First feature is both of them are beginningless. And second one, together they are the cause of this entire universe. And these two principles have got many uncommon features also. Common features are only two. Uncommon features are innumerous. Many differences are there. For our understanding, for our study here, we will discuss four of them. The same thing we discussed in the 7th chapter also, if you recall. What is the first difference between Purusha and Prakriti? Purusha is the Chetana Tattvam. It is the consciousness principle, Chaitanya Tattvam. Whereas Prakriti or Maya is Achetana Tattvam or Jadam. It is the basic matter principle. Even if you would like to call it energy, it doesn't matter. Energy and matter both are convertible. Energy can be converted into matter, matter can be converted into energy. They are different states of the same material principle. That is why they are interconvertible. Whereas consciousness is neither matter nor energy. Very careful. You should not mix matter and energy with consciousness. Thus, Purusha is consciousness principle. Prakriti is the fundamental matter principle or energy principle. This is the very first and foremost difference. And second principle, Purusha is Nirvikara Tattvam or consciousness principle is not subject to any modification. It is not subject to any change. It is ever changeless principle. Time cannot influence consciousness. Time cannot touch the consciousness. Consciousness is not within the field of time and also within the field of space. Desa Kalatitam. Chetana Tattvam is beyond time, beyond space. Whereas Prakriti, the matter principle, is subject to time. Therefore, subject to modifications, subject to change. So, Savikaratvam. Chetana Tattvam, which is consciousness, is Nirvikaram. Prakriti, which is Achetana Tattvam, is Savikaram. Because of the influence of time alone, the matter is violently undergoing the change. Even it can convert into energy. Energy is a form of change. Matter becomes energy. In energy also we have varieties of energies. In fact, the atomic explosion in a nuclear explosion is happening because matter is converted into tremendous energy. Therefore, matter is subject to change. So, Prakriti is Savikara Tattvam, whereas Chaitanyam is Nirvikara Tattvam. This is the second difference. The third and very important difference, the uncommon feature between Purusha and Prakriti is consciousness is free from all attributes, all gunas. It is absolute, property free, and attributeless. Whether you talk of Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas, or you talk of Shabda, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, these matras, none of them belong to consciousness. Consciousness free from all the properties. It doesn't have Shabda, it doesn't have Sparsha, it doesn't have Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. It doesn't have Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas. So it is Nirgunam. It doesn't have any guna. Whereas if you look at the study in our college days, we do a salt analysis. We talk about the physical properties, chemical properties, and we do a lot of experimentation also. So, this Chaitanya Tattvam doesn't have any physical property or any chemical property because it is not a matter principle. In short, consciousness is attributeless, propertyless, Nirguna Tattva. Whereas matter is full of properties and attributes. Prakriti can be viewed with three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas, or it can be attributed with Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. So, the third difference what we can understand is Chaitanya Tattvam is Nirgunam, Prakriti is Sagunam. And then comes the fourth and final property which we are discussing here. This is not the end of the difference. Only for our study we are taking four differences. So we say final property for our discussion. You can also think of these other differences while you do Nididhyasana. So Chetana Tattvam or consciousness principle has got an independent existence. Therefore, it is a Satya Tattva. It has got a pure existence or the existence absolute. The existence of consciousness is intrinsic. It is independent. It is not borrowed from any other principle. That is why we say Chit eva Sat, Sat eva Chit. Therefore, it is Satya Tattva, whereas the matter principle does not have independent existence. The existence of the matter depends on the consciousness principle. Even to prove that you are all sitting in the class, I should be conscious of you all. What I am not conscious, I cannot talk of its existence at all. Therefore, the existence of a thing, a material thing, depends upon the consciousness principle. And therefore, the matter enjoys the dependent existence, it depends on the consciousness principle. And because it is dependent, it is called Midya Tattvam. Padartha Tattvam or the Prakriti is Midya Tattvam, whereas Purusha or the Chaitanya Tattvam is Satya Tattvam. So there are four fundamental principles we have discussed between Purusha and Prakriti. Such a mixture called God was there before the origination, before the Srishti of this Vishwam. And then before Srishti, if we say God existed, immediately the next question that props in the mind will be, where is he located? When we say before Srishti, Sadeva Saumya Idamagre Asid, that's what the Chandogya says. So, where is the location? Even the location of God we cannot talk about in that stage, because before creation even Akasa was not there. Akasa comes only after creation. So, the space, time and all that, Desha, Kala, Vastu, all these things are the part and parcel of the Srishti. Before Srishti, Desha is not there, Kala is not there, Vastu is not there. So, Tasmadva etasmad akasa sambhutaha. Even Akasa was created at the time of Srishti. Scientists point out that you cannot imagine space at the time of or before the Big Bang. They also confirm the same concept. How they have reached Vedanta, they will say Vedanta has borrowed science. Long before science came, it has been said. Therefore, you cannot conceive even Akasa before Srishti. Akasa Utpattehe Purvam Ishvaraha Asit. So even before the creation of Akasha, Ishvara was there. How he can be thought of? He is the principle, a mixer principle, a matter principle plus consciousness principle. Srishti Arambhav, before this Srishti, Bhagavan was there. Purusham Prakritim Ubhav Chaiva. Ubhav means both, Anadi, beginningless. They were there before this Srishti. So we have to understand Purusha and Prakriti mixture alone was there, and through this mixture we got this entire Srishti. Before Srishti, this Ishvara was alone there. And coming to Chaitanya Tattvam will remain same without any kind of modifications, because it is Nirvikaram. Na jayate mriyate va kadachit nayam bhutva bhavitavana bhuyaha ajo nityas sasvatoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane sarire. If this Nirvikara Purusha Tattvam does not undergo any change, then all the changes must happen to only what? The other Tattvam, that is material principle or Prakriti. Prakriti Tattvam only we see all these changes. Vikaramsya gunamsyaiva vidhi prakritim sambhavan. So, all the changes that are occurring, they are occurring in the Prakriti. Matter evolves into the universe. So, all the changes that are taking place in the very Prakriti. Etasmad Atmana Akasa Sambhuta Akasad Vayu Vayo Ragni Agni Rapaha Adbhya Pridhivi Prithivyam Voshadayah Voshadibhyo Annam Annat Purushaha. This is the Srishti Kramam. You know it already. This is all Vikaram. Vikaram means modification. So all this is Maya, Prakriti or Maya. That's why the creation is called Mayikam. What are the materials born out of Prakriti? 5 basic elements. 5 bhutani, Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apaha, Prithvi. Later the 5 elements through variety of permutation and combination, they have produced this physical world, Bhautika Prapancha. Panchabhuta Prapancha. Bhautika evolution. Elements evolved, then elementals evolved. What are elementals? All the 14 lokas are the combination. Then the mountains, the stars, the planets and the galaxies. All this is Prakriti. The physical body is also Prakriti. It is a Prakritis evolved only. It is evolved from Prakriti. What is the proof? It consists of only chemicals. It consists of only elements. You can take the Shastric meaning, Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apa, Prithvi and all that. If you are a science student, you can say it is full of elements like aluminium, antimony, barium, sodium, potassium, all those things. All those elements alone have produced the body. Body is nothing but chemical bundle. That's why we call it biochemistry. Therefore, the body being matter, it is born out of Prakriti. And the second important proof is the body is subject to modifications. Can we doubt it? No, we cannot doubt it because we experience the change in the body and the change in the mind. So, the material nature, mind is also full of material nature. Enzymes change, hormones change, therefore the moods of mind also changes. So, the entire Prakriti is Savikaram. So, these are all the products of Prakriti, modifications, and therefore the products of Prakriti. If Prakriti is Achetana Tattvam, Jadam, body and mind, which are products, they are also Achetanam or Jadam, insentient. Mind seems to be sentient, but the Shastra says it is Jadam. Then how come it is sentient? Similarly, the body enjoys the Chetana Tattva. That is because the mind has a capacity to reflect the consciousness, and that reflected consciousness is spread all over the body. This is the intrinsic nature of the body-mind sense complex. Because of that reflected consciousness, which is not the body-mind complex's own property, it is a borrowed property. Because of that property, which is borrowed from Chaitanyam, the body acts as though it is sentient. Like you all see my shirt, it is appearing white. That means the white light which is emerging from my shirt is hitting your eyes. Does it mean this shirt is illuminating on its own? No. Because light is falling on the shirt is reflecting the reflected light. In the similar way, Prakriti borrows sentiency from the Purusha, from the Chetana Tattva. Vikaramsya Prakriti Sambhavan. Sambhavan means born out of products of Prakriti. And not only all the objects are born out of Prakriti, the various properties of these objects, every object has its own property. It has got color, form, weight, and all these properties are born out of Prakriti alone. There is a rule in Shastra, Karana Gunaha Karye Anuvartante. The properties of cause will inhere in the effect also. If gold has got certain combination of other elements, then the ornaments also will have the same proportion of other elements. Like children, they resemble their parents. They borrow the parents' gunas. So in the same way, the Prakriti gunas, that is Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas, the products will also borrow. Similarly, Sabda, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, all these gunas they borrow. Therefore, Vikaramsha Gunamschaiva Vidhi Prakriti Sambhavan. So, may you understand that the entire Prakriti is Savikaram. So, the products borrow the properties of the Prakriti, that is Trigunas and also the Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas. We'll proceed to 21st sloka. Karya karana kartrutve hetu prakriti ruchyate purushas sukha dukkhanam bhoktrutve hetu ruchyate. Prakriti uchyate. Prakriti is said to be hetuhu. Hetuhu means the cause. Cause of what? Karya karana kartrutve. Karya karana kartrutve means the creation of physical and subtle bodies. Purushaha uchyate. Purusha is said to be hetuhu, the cause. Bhoktrutve, in the experience of what? Sukha dukkhanam, of pleasure and pains. Prakriti is said to be the cause in the creation of physical and subtle bodies. Purusha is said to be the cause in the experience of pleasure and pain. The first line is repeated from the previous verse. Everything in the creation is born out of Prakriti, which includes body, mind, sense complex. So, Karyam means the body. It is a technical meaning here. Normally, Karyam means a product in general. Here we understand Karyam is body. Karyam means Sthola Sarira, physical body. Similarly, the word Karanam in this context means the subtle body. The Soshma Sariram is called Karanam. Karya Karana Kartrutve. Kartrutve means in the creation of the physical and subtle body. Not only the human beings, but also the living beings. In the origination of them, who is the contributor? Prakriti hetuhu uchyate. Prakriti alone does lot of work. Prakriti is highly active. Purusha doesn't do any activity. That is why in home also Purusha doesn't do any work. It has begun at the time of creation itself. Swamiji tells this humorously. He says, Purusha spends his time in newspaper. He spends lazily, he doesn't do work. Whereas women at home, they do lot of work. In the same way, Maya does all the work. Purusha sits and just watches and enjoys. Karya Karana Kartrutve, the creation of the body and the mind, Prakriti is the Hetu. Prakriti is the cause, Karanam. Karya Karana Kartrutve, there is another meaning also. The creation of the world which can be divided into Karanam and Karyam. Examples, Panchabhutani is Karanam and all other Bhautikams, elementals are Karya. So Karya Karana Kartrutve means Bhutani, all Panchabhutas are Karanam and the elementals, Bhautikams are the Karya. So Prakriti is the Karanam for all this. This is one reading. Of the two, the creation of the body, mind, sense complex is the Karyam and Prakriti is the Karanam. Better reading is the creation of body, mind, sense complex alone work. Prakriti is alone work. Understanding is Prakriti alone does everything, is the cause for all changes. Now comes the basic question, if everything is a product of Prakriti, where is this Purusha? What is the role of Purusha? Because we started with the beginning, Ishvara is the mixture of both Prakriti and Purusha. Of these two, one principle we find pervading everywhere because the Pancha Bhutas are Prakriti and all other combinations are mountains, rivers, sun, moon and galaxies, etc. In short, the entire visible universe, the experienced universe is Prakriti. Because everything I experience undergo a change. Whether it is minutest atom or the biggest galaxy. Therefore, the experienced world is changing. That is the Prakriti. Then, what about the body? Body is also experienced by me very clearly. I feel the pain and pleasure. And mind is also subject to change and it is also experienced by me. So body, mind, sense complex is also Prakriti. So experienced world is Prakriti. Experienced body is Prakriti. Experienced mind is Prakriti. Experienced senses are Prakriti. Then, where is Purusha hiding? Therefore, we go on searching. Some people search outside, some search inside, within the physical body. If I look within the mind also, what do I see? Various emotions and change of thoughts. Outside I experience lot many things. We do not find this Purusha anywhere, in spite of our best set. For this Shastra says, don't search for Purusha. You will never get Purusha because the Purusha is the searcher. The experiencer I, the basic subject I, the basic consciousness principle. The searcher cannot search himself. It's a big question. The experiencer, is he consciousness principle or inert principle? He is consciousness principle. So he should be the subject, witness, Sakshi of this entire world, Sakshi of the body. And that witness consciousness is my real nature. Aham Brahma Asmi. Purusha Sukha Dukkhanam Bhoktrutve Heturuchyate. That Purusha is not located anywhere as an object. The Purusha, the Chetana, Tattva, Nirvikara, Nirguna, Satya Tattvam Purusha is myself, the very subject, who is enclosed in the material body. Who is enclosed is within the brackets. The enclosure is Prakriti, the enclosed consciousness, I am Purusha. Therefore, Paramatma says, Purusha is Bhokta. Here, Bhokta, if you use, this is again a contradiction, because I am neither a Karta nor Bhokta. That's what we say more often. We strive on that point. Bhokta here means witness, the Sakshi Chaitanya, the subject experience principle. Experiencer of what? Experiencer of this entire world. If the Purusha is the experiencer, this word experiencer should be taken as Sakshi. Sukha Dukkhanam, as well as all the conditions of the body, mind, sense complex, favorable, unfavorable, all the conditions, I am watching as Sakshi. That Sakshi Tattvam is my real self. So this is very important law in Vedanta. All the observed properties can belong to only the observed objects. No observed property can belong to what? The observer subject. All the observed properties can belong to the observed object alone. Suppose I see this glass. It is cylindrical in shape. It is shining with a steel luster. So all these properties belong to this object, not to me. So whatever I observe, that observation, the observed object is not me. I am different from the observed property or observed thing. I am ever the observer, the Sakshi Chaitanyam. Sukha Dukkhanam Bhoktrutva Hetu Ruchyate. Therefore, Prakriti is available as the object that is right in front of me. Purusha is available as the subject. Subject is never objectifiable. Shastra gives this example. You can see everyone's eyes, but you cannot see your own eye. At the most, you can see the reflection of your eye in the mirror, but not the original eye. In the similar way, the Sakshi Chaitanyam cannot be objectified, cannot be experienced, cannot be seen, because it is the seer, it is the experiencer. It is only Sakshi. Now, here we have to understand, it is the Bhokta means it is not actually enjoying, it is the Sakshi of the enjoyment, the Sakshi of the pain, Sakshi of all experiences. Chaitanyam doesn't have pain or it doesn't have Dukkham, it doesn't have Sukham. It is Sakshi of Sukham, Sakshi of Dukkham. That is what you have to clearly notice. Simply because the Sloka says that it is Bhokta, here this word Bhokta doesn't mean it is the Karta Bhokta and all that. It is the Sakshi of Sukham and Dukkham. We'll proceed to Sloka number 22. Purusha Prakritisto hi bhungte Prakritijan gunan karanam gunasanghosya sadasadyo nijanmasu. Prakrutistaha, residing in the Prakriti. Purushaha, he, Purusha, bhunte, experiences, Gunan Prakritijan, gunas born out of Prakriti. Gunasangaha, attachment to the gunas, Karanam, Asya, Sadasadyoni, Janmasu. That is the cause for the birth of superior and inferior wombs. Residing in the Prakriti, Purusha experiences the gunas born out of Prakriti. Attachment to the gunas is the cause of birth in the superior and inferior wombs. So, the Prakritijan Gunan means a Prakriti generated gunas. Prakriti created so many objects and so many things, so many attractions in this world. Eyes enjoy the colors and forms. Tongue enjoy various tastes. Ear enjoys various sounds. Like that, all five Jnanendriyas, they enjoy their respective Vishaya Vastus. And because of this experience, we have pain and pleasure. We get both happiness and also unhappy. If a thing is favorable to us, it is happiness. It is a cause of happiness. If a thing is unfavorable, it is a cause of unhappiness. Now, what is the role of Purusha? Is he really enjoying or is he really suffering? If a favorable situation comes, is he enjoying? If an unfavorable situation comes, is Purusha subjected to sorrow? Now, coming to Purusha, Purusha neither enjoys nor he is subjected to any pain. Because Purusha is a Sakshi Chaitanya. He is only a witnessing consciousness. In his very presence, everything is happening. He is the original consciousness. So, this original consciousness is like Akasha, Asangam. So, he is not having any kind of Sangatvam with anything. He is not tainted by Sukham, not tainted by Dukkham. Asangoham, ayam Purusha. Whereas what is happening, this Jiva, he loses the sight of Purusha. He doesn't understand that his real nature is Purusha, the Chaitanya Tattva. But he joins with these gunas. He takes all these gunas as his gunas. Just now I told you, I have shown you an object, and the gunas of the objects are object gunas only, not my gunas. So whatever I observe, the attributes belong to the observed object, not to the subject. But unfortunately, the mistake is happening that I take the gunas as my gunas. Because of that, I am under the impression I am the body-mind-sense complex. The body-mind-sense complex are observed by me. Body is observed by me, senses are observed by me, mind is observed by me. But the gunas of body, the gunas of mind, the gunas of senses, I take it as my gunas. Because of this, I am subject to various births and I am falling in this circle called birth-death cycle. Sometimes I take superior birth by virtue of punya, sometimes I take inferior birth by virtue of papa. So, depending on the punya papa, I will take various births. Because I have attached myself to the body-mind-sense complex. All the gunas of body-mind-sense complex are my gunas. That is my feeling, and that's how I continue to live. Though they are gunas of body-mind-sense complex, not my gunas. I am asangaha. I am that Chaitana Tattva. None of these gunas belong to me. So, this is what I have to understand. And if I understand that these gunas are not my gunas, I am Chetana Tattvam, I am Nityam Suddham Muktam. If I understand this and if I realize this and if I stay in this nishta, I am relieved from samsara and I enjoy the Jivan Mukti. The balance of my life will be happy and I will enjoy the Atyantika Ananda Avapti and I will have Dukkha Nivritti. So this is the idea. 2 more slokas are there explaining Prakriti and Purusha. So we will see that in the next class. Om Tat Sat Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.